I've touched on altering the sound of some of these instruments by adjusting filters and resonance and things like that. But what we can do is automate the movement of those so that they can change over time. Now, what I'm going to do is open up the bass sound here just by clicking on the channel button. And you'll recall that we played with the filter, and it's got a nice kind of different quality depending on where the filter is. I'll just solo it for a moment by control clicking that button. So there's lots of nice possibilities there, but I like the sound of it being moved like that. So what I'm going to do is right click here. And there's lots of ways to automate parameters in FL Studio. But what I'm going to do is go create automation clip. And what it does is it creates a new clip here and places it in the playlist. And it's automatically linked to the parameter that I need. And I can now draw in values. So I can just click like that, or I can click and draw like that. And if I click like that, I can grab with the node right like that and bend the value. So let's say I'm going to create one like that. I can sort of curve it like that so I can get smoother transitions just by clicking right on the node with those double arrows and getting curved lines like that. So let's listen to that. All right, I'm going to right click and delete some of these. I can step back and let's create a little bit more meaningful pattern. I'll make it 2 bars and I'll show you how we can vary it. All right, that's working nicely. And I'm going to right click over here on the resonance and create another automation clip. And again, we're going to get it placed in here and it's going to be tied to that. Now I'm going to right click here to delete it. And I'm going to show you one other way of doing this. I'm going to set a time range over here by right clicking. I'm going to make it 2 bars like that. And I'm going to go to here again and go create automation clip. And now you'll see it's limited the length of it to the length of this cycle that I've set up. So let's alter some resonance as well here. And I'll create some moves like that. And let's listen. All right, so I think that's going to sound nice. Let's control click here to take everything out of solo mode and listen. Okay, that's great. And I think I'm going to mute this little percussive sound. I don't really like it that much. So with that done, what I'm going to do now is click back in here. Let me trim this one. 2 bars. And with this selected, I can now, with my regular draw tool, just click here and create a copy of it, move it wherever I want. Now I have a copy of the exact same thing, but it's not that useful for me because I don't like the value it starts off at. What I'm going to do here is click again in that upper left corner and go make unique. So now this is a new version of it. I can alter this one without it affecting the original. And now I can ramp up like that. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Click on this and then click there to create a duplicate of it. And I can offset it and start it on different beats to create variations, which actually could be interesting. And in fact, I'm going to try it just like that. And let's hear what this sounds like. I'll move this back to the beginning. Let's take this off by right-clicking and just dragging it in. So if you want it to be very regular, you can create short patterns and just duplicate them and alter them as you need them by making them unique, or you can create interesting offsets like this. And one other thing I'm going to do here to get ready to mix is I'm going to open up this keyboard sound by right-clicking there, and there's some nice effects. I'm going to put a delay on here, and let's try this and see what it sounds like. Let's just solo this for a moment. I'm going to control click there. I'll dial some of this up. That should sound nice. I'm going to control click again. Good. So that's how we work with automation clips here in FL Studio. There's lots of different ways of automating, but this is a pretty straightforward way. And what I like about it is that they present themselves as standalone clips here, which we can mute and solo if we want, and we can deal with his objects here by moving, copying, making unique, editing them, etc. Next video, we'll continue with the mixer.